have been there, have they been efficient enough? If they've been efficient enough, then why are we reporting violent cases? We have seen who have gone to these premarital counseling sessions, but what have they gained? Judge. I do not think, and I do not agree with Team Affirmative today of today's motion. Well, we have reported so many cases of violence, even after people go for these premarital counseling sessions. Because if that makes sense that when you go for these premarital counseling sessions, they are going to teach you how to communicate with your partner. They're going to, Team Affirmative is going to come up and say, they're going to teach you that you're going to know more about each other. But we look at scenarios of coaching. Before you get into marriage, you have to go through coaching. I believe and we all know that if a Team Affirmative know the meaning of coaching.
Post-marital counseling, yet they already have the marriage that they really want. Why don't they go for it?
For people 28 and above, they are able, I believe they understand.
Don't we have younger couples?
Yes.
So will narcissistic parents learn anything from post-marital counseling if they can't learn from premarital counseling? Is prevention better than cure? I raise my question.
It's a necessity. Before marriage, whereby you're going to have this counsel way even before they go for marriage, which means that you're going to solve all the problems that may result out of this. Then you ask them, will narcissistic parents learn anything from this? They don't have an answer to that. But you're saying that even when these couples enter marriage before being counseled, let's take a scenario whereby these parents didn't go for it. They are going to go for the counseling still, and these narcissistic parents we're going to learn how to deal with this, how to learn with this together and keep up with their parents and keep up with their kids. They come up and tell us that this kind of program they bring up is going to deal with couples from ages 28 to and above. But my third speaker comes up and asks me, don't you have young couples existing? Which is something they don't care for in their debate. In their world, they don't have young couples. Whereas you see in today's society, the rates of young couples are even more than the rates of the older couples who are happy. They come up and tell us that they're catering for the kids in the future. You're catering for the kids in the future by putting something very crucial to their lives just as optional. Because when you see that this counsel should be made optional, if prayer was optional, how many people would be to churches? But just because they know that it is mandatory, it was made by God to go and pray, they have to be there every day. So when you make it optional, these people are going to just undermine the rule and they're going to just do according to what they want. So they come up and tell us that communication skills will be gained even when it is optional. Communication skills will be gained even if it's optional. But we've seen that most people will not be attending. So which people are going to be attending, or which people are going to be gaining these skills when they're not going for counseling. That's why we decided to make it mandatory. So as all the couples, all the parents in the world have gone through this counseling and have gotten communication skills to communicate to their kids, so as we overcome issues of mental health and all the disorders that are disrupting the country. They have come up and told us, so we come up and tell them that parents should emphasize their role in society. They are telling us that yes, they are accepting that parents should take up their role through counseling, but they are telling us that it should be optional, which is something that we don't agree with. Because if something is made optional, people take it lightly, but not as when it's made mandatory. Because when it's made mandatory, people are actually going to put a lot of attention to it and are going to follow it greater than when it's optional. So they come and tell us that people have gone through counseling and have not changed because that was optional. When someone goes for 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, they feel like they've not changed, they drop it. But when it's made mandatory, someone has to go attend throughout the week, or maybe it will take them more months just because they cannot